My apologies for the interruption in the stream there, but that's some power outage issues up here. Hopefully we got it fixed here. But in the meantime, if we do have any more issues, we've got a backup. So once again, you're tuned in here. Heart of Ohio Sports, Nate Mullins, Carter Mullins, and Greg Kinn manning the cameras down along the third base side.
Yeah, so Rogo came out, struck out one of, I'm not sure the other two outs, but I seen him strike out one guy. So, yeah, he's coming out here dealing, kind of proving me wrong. You know, I kind of thought, make the move, but he's staying poised and he's still firing.
And he's firing strikes the way he was in the first inning.
Right. Yeah, he's got a nice little late life to him.
And Odell draws the leadoff walk. I'm sorry, not leadoff walk. He draws the walk.
Two-out walk.
Two-out walk. And we're going to get a pitcher's mound visit, and I believe this is the call to the bullpen brought to you by Rogers Flowers. And then we're going to have a pitching change here. Carter, let's talk about that.
Rogo, he had a good outing. He was throwing strikes, missed a couple spots here and there, whatnot. But that first inning when he had 2 outs up 0-2, ended up walking that 3-hole. Then we had an error, 2 runners on, and here, Hershey, 3-run bomb. And I mean, really, that's not the only difference, but you get that third out in the first inning, we're in a different ball game. But keep your head up. It was a good outing. He 5 2/3. Still good outing. Keep your head up. You just gotta keep fighting.
So here we are, just about ready to start the we're getting ready to start the action back up as Braden Tucker will take the mound for Tiffin Columbian. Let's take a moment and thank our sponsors. First of all, let's talk about the new sponsor here, the Heart of Ohio Sports, Rogers Flowers, as they are sponsors of the call to the bullpen here. Flower shop season is in full swing. Stop in and see Brian today. Ask about their $40 off prom special on tuxedos. And it is prom season, folks. So Rogers Flowers is your one-stop destination for all of your special occasion needs. Go see Brian Ferguson and all the great folks at Rogers Flowers first before you go anywhere else. That's my suggestion. Does a really good job down there with tuxedo rentals. As we mentioned, that $40 off prom special right now.
Rogers
Something you should
Flowers.
definitely take advantage of.
Is that the one next to whom name?
It is.
Oh, yeah. I went there. I got my, from there. Yeah, they did me right. They treated me well.
A little corsage.
Yeah, there you go. We speak English. I ain't a rocket scientist.
All right, let's get back to the game here. That was the Rogers Flowers call to the bullpen. Now up to bat for Clyde. Caden Olson watches that first pitch outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. 2 down. Runner at first. Tucker fires that one in there for a strike. He's got a little bit of different action coming out of his hand. He hides that ball well. It kind of explodes out of his hand at the last minute,
That's huge. As a hitter, you're trying to pick that ball up as quick as you can.
You see how that just snaps right out of his hand like that? I mean, that's tricky.
That was pretty filthy. He threw a nice little, almost like a slurve action. It wasn't quite curveball, wasn't quite a slider, but that was a nice pitch.
The 1-2. Now we got a piece of that one, just kept it alive. Over to cover, and they got him. What a play there by Tucker to come over and cover the bag.
Yeah, that was. I was almost wondering there who's going to be covering first, but Tucker did a great job in getting his banana drill and getting over to first and stepping on that bag just in time. That was a bang bang.
That's a big play there to get out of the inning.
Huge.
With no damage done. And now Columbian comes up to bat. Bottom of the 6th here.
They got 6 outs. 6 outs. You got to make them count. Clyde, I told you, you got to put them away. They're fighting. They're playing a great game.
Folks, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union has been part of the community for 70 years. They're a member-driven financial cooperative and are delighted to provide a personal touch to an often impersonal industry with a focus on respect and member satisfaction while caring for your financial needs. Stop at Your Legacy, located at 25 Schaefer Park Drive in Tiffin. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured, NCUA. Don't forget, stick around for the post-game show brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore, where we will bring you the player of the game, brought to you by MST Sauce Company. As we take a look outside, seems like the rain has cleared off and cleared out. We should be able to squeeze the rest of this game in here. Currently 45 degrees. Feels like 39. Ooh. Lucky to be up here in the press box, that's for sure.
You know, they say that's baseball weather, not
in Ohio.
Yeah, for sure.
Howie fires that one in there for a first pitch strike.
That's the one thing that was, with being April in Ohio, you never know. In baseball, it's like, man, quarter of our season could be canceled, and you really can't do anything about it because everyone's ready for summer and, let's start break.
Yeah.
So, but you take advantage of the days that you can.
5-3 your score. Clyde leading Tiffin Columbian. Braden Rogo smacks that one into center field, and that one's going to go right to the center fielder.
Center fielder tracked that down well. I thought that had a little more carry to it.
Nice play there by Will Lozier. Up to bat now, Preston Keckler for Tiffin Columbian. 1 out. Tornadoes trailing by 2. Trying to make something happen here. Keckler fouls that one back.
Yeah, I mean, just by the way this pitcher's throwing, I wouldn't have guessed it's bottom 6. He's throwing a good game.
Yeah, he's dealing. And he's settled in really well.
Mm-hmm. This tornado offense, you're going to give up hits. You just got to get out of situations.
Now that one is going to be fouled down the right side. Keckler just a little bit behind that one.
I mean, really, so far, the first inning is almost the kind of controlled this game. You got the top half and Columbian making their mistakes and Clyde executing, and then the bottom half, you had bases loaded and the Clyde turns a double play to get out of it.
Yep.
So that was huge there.
Keckler up to bat. The 0-2 hit down the right side and fielded cleanly by the first baseman. Steps on the bag for the second out. Nice play there by Dylan Overmeyer. Braylon Auble steps into the batter's box. That one fouled back. Howie comes set. The 0-1. In on the hands. Auble able to fight it off. 0-2. He's working a lot of that inside-outside action.
He is.
He works it outside, then inside, then outside. He's not a lot of – he doesn't play with the angles too much as far as high-low.
Right.
But he loves to play with the outside-inside.
He is, he's out and in for sure.
That one on the outside corner paints it.
Yeah. It's almost like you called it there. He's just living on the inside and outside corner. He's dealing.
After that last pitch kind of choked him up on the inside.
Right, with that curveball.
Froze him up on the outside corner. Just
Good
plays
pitching.
with your eyes, 5-3 your score. Clyde leading by 2. As we head to the top of the 7th. So 3 more outs for Tiffin Columbian to make something happen. But first they got to limit the damage by the Flyers here in the top of the 7th.
Yep. Who we got coming up?
28, Dylan Overmeyer.
Okay.
Up to bat for Clyde. Once again, thanks to all of you for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Take a moment to thank all of our sponsors for bringing you tonight's ball game. Thanks to MSD Sauce Company, First National Bank of Sycamore, X-Curry Mexican Restaurant in the Tiffin Mall, Phillips Electric, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Bookmeyer Printing, and Rogers Flowers. All proud sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports. So, Carter, let's talk about this here before we start this 7th inning. What do they got to do?
First, they got to get minimal damage this inning, get hopefully 1, 2, 3, and they got to come out and get base runners. That's where you got to get people on. You got to get out of this inning, get back in, and rally.
And here's the first pitch from Braden Tucker. That one in the dirt. 1-0 the count. And the rain coming back in now. And it's a little harder this time.
Yeah, and it's not very good timing.
Not at all. That one skips past the catcher into the backstop. 2-0 the count. And now it becomes a little harder to get a good grip on the pitch as it gets wet.
Yes. Mound slippery.
As a catcher, I always made a point to, hey, I need a fresh ball. Fresh ball. That one stays fair down the left side. Overmeyer with a nice hit. And rather than stretching it to a double, Keckler does a nice job of getting it in there and holding him to just a leadoff single.
The harder the order, you gotta do what you can do, but the leadoff single, that's huge for Clyde.
Big hit there. As Overmeyer, it's the leadoff single. Rogo comes out, makes the field call. Tucker comes set. Try the squeeze play there. A little sack bunt.
As a hitter there, you got to you just got to stay square and get that down. You're not trying to get a hit, but
for a cleanup hitter, it's kind of hard, Like you're used to getting up there and just mashing,
100%. Hey, I've been there though. I've been there, but coach,
you got to do what you got to do.
Yep.
Get that runner over. That's an insurance run, you know.
Oh yeah, and it's not going to affect your batting average. Sorry,
that's right.
But
Gurney watches that one go by for a ball. 1-1 the count. The third baseman coming in to cover. Coming in hard on the pitch.
Rogo giving the defense a bunt coverage.
Mm-hmm. The 1-1. That one fired in there for a strike. As Tucker works the count to 1-2. Braden Tucker looks in for the sign. Runner on first. Looks the runner back. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. They fire down to first, but the runner is back safely.
Big
But that's
strikeout.
a big strikeout there, Carter.
Yep, that's huge.
Blake Hershey.
Getting that first out, feeling it, getting that. Now, maybe hopefully roll one up.
But this is your big hitter here today. 4 RBIs on the day for Blake Hershey. And he smacks that one into center field. Center fielder falls down and unable to make the play. So Hershey, another hit. That's 3 for him today.
3 for 4. He's having a day. Center fielder Gunther, I think he slipped.
He did.
But honestly, that would have been real tough, I think, to make anyways.
Oh, for sure. It would have been a diving play if he would have
Right.
made it, for sure.
But the rain got a little slick out there.
Center fielder number 3, Will Lozier.
And the umpires, I think, right now are doing these kids a favor by letting them finish this one out.
Yeah, yep.
That one high and inside. Will Lozier up to bat now, the catcher. Sorry, center fielder. Hershey's the catcher. That one fouled straight back. 1-1 the count. 1 out. 5-3 your score. Clyde leading Tiffin Columbian here in the top of the 7th. Nate Mullins, Carter Mullins up here in the press box. Greg Kinn down manning the cameras. That one in the dirt. They fire down to first.
That was a good pick, but runner on second. That dude's crucial down there. I don't really like to throw it out in the first, but good throw. Could have got him out.
It's confidence in your throwing arm there,
Yeah,
for sure.
true. He's confident in himself.
Tucker steps off. Leans in for the sign. He's got it. Checks the runner at second. The 2-1. That one high and inside. 3-1 the count. Catcher asking for a new ball.
I seen him. He was like, no, not that one. Not
Yep.
that one.
Nope,
Yep.
nope, that one. Yep, that's a good one. That's a good catcher. Take care of your
For
pitcher.
sure. Yep.
Oh, and he plunks the batter.
Well,
And Lozier takes one for the team there. That'll
they're probably going to cut the run. They're going to try to bring the infield in, but yeah, loaded them up.
now bases loaded, 1 out for number 8, Evan Cook. And we're going to get a call to the bullpen. Brought to you by Rogers Flowers. So, Carter, let's talk about this now as they bring in Carson Malott, I believe. He'll be the pitcher coming in to replace Braden Tucker.
Yeah, I'm not quite too sure of the rotation, but I'm assuming that Coach Malott, just digging his pocket and wants to get out of this inning. He's getting this go-to guy on there, and he's minimal damage and hopefully get into the dugout and rally some runs.
Of course, Malott, pretty much their featured ace on the staff. Opening day, 12 strikeout shutout against Willard.
Nasty.
He's got some filth.
Okay. This will be my first time seeing him, so.
Southpaw.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Pretty excited about that.
It's got some action.
He's definitely going to Finley to pitch, huh?
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll probably play some field too, but seems like that's probably his specialty.
5-3 your score.
That was nice of Coach Malott to give up his number 8 for Carson. I know he loves his number 8. Good to see that Carson's following his dad's shoes, though.
Big shoes to fill.
Yeah, Coach Malott. Yeah, I love him. He's a legend to me.
Once again, let's take some time to thank our sponsors. Thanks to MST Sauce Company, First National Bank of Sycamore, Ex-Curry Mexican Restaurant, Phillips Electric, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Bookmeyer Printing, and Rogers Flowers, your call to the bullpen sponsor. As the Tornadoes made the move and they brought in Carson Malott, you should make your move down to Rogers Flowers. Flower shop season is in full swing. Stop in and see Brian today. Ask about their $40 off prom special on tuxedos. Rogers Flowers is your one-stop destination for all of your special occasion needs. Carson Malott on the mound for Tiffin Columbian. Throws a few warm-up pitches. Stepping up to bat for Clyde, Evan Cook.
Pitch hitting number 8, Evan Cook. On the mound for the Tornadoes, number 8, Carson Malott.
8 on 8.
Yep, there we go. Looks like he might be having the.
It's an 8 crime.
Looks like they might be having the middle infield turn too here in the corners. Cut it.
He's here all night, folks. Malott's first pitch outside for a ball. That one outside. 2-0 the count. Once again, bases loaded here. One down.
2-0. He's got to find a way to battle back here and even the count up.
Outside, 3-0. Cook with a good eye. Working the count here into his favor with his 3-0 count. Steps into the batter's box. And that one's in there for a strike. Pretty close to the other pitches, but
yeah.
The other ones were just a little bit more outside than that one. That one's a little bit more inside. They get that call.
Yep.
3-1 the count. Malott checks the runner. Comes to the plate. Fires that one in there. 3-2 the count now. He's not backing down.
Nope. He needed to see one. That's what it was. Now he's seen it, so feel it and find that motion.
Malott with a full count comes set to the plate. Throws it right by him. Strike 3.
Huge. He took a deep breath there and fired it. Way to battle back 3-0. 2 outs.
Pitch hitting number 14, Criswell.
And Criswell coming in for Clyde, Evan Criswell. So we got Evan and Evan back to back. Did you see that motion on that? Whoo! Got a nasty little arc on it, didn't it?
It did. That was a nice pitch. You just got to bring it down, cut that stride a little bit.
Malott comes set and steps off. 1-0 the count, 2 down. Clyde leading 5-3, trying to add to that lead, but Carson Malott on the mound. Trying to keep that to just a 2-run deficit for the Tornadoes.
Big at bat here.
Huge. The 1-0. In there for a strike. 1-1 the count. Malott stopped nibbling now. Now he's starting to come with the heat.
Mm-hmm.
He's bringing it.
And it's never easy coming to these situations
for
like
sure.
this.
That one fouled straight back and almost right into us.
2 for flinching.
Thank goodness for that net. 1-2 the count. 2 down. 5-3 your score. Clyde leading Tiffin Columbian. Carson Malott comes set, the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Way to come
And
in
that's
there.
the end of the inning.
Yep. And that's what I think Coach Malott was just pulling out of his pocket. He said, I just got to go to my ace and get out of here.
2 straight strikeouts by Carson Malott. That gets him out of the inning. Comes in with the bases loaded with 1 out. Strikes out the next 2 batters he faces.
Down 3-0 with the first batter. He took a deep breath, fought back, and got out of that gem. So now it's the bottom of the 7th, and we're going to see who wants it.
So, Carter, we talked about those keys to the game at the beginning of the broadcast, but here we go. X-Cray Mexican Restaurant, keys to the game. What do you think here? Bottom of the 7th. I mean, obviously, long ball's been the trick so far in this one, but you really got to make contact.
Yeah.
Get some guys on base here. Am I right?
Yeah, you need base runners, so don't be surprised if you see a lot of hitters not swinging until they get a strike. You know what I mean? It's just so if he's gonna give you a base, he's gonna get a base. But once we get a strike, we're going. So we're not too aggressive in getting ourselves out. So seeing batters waiting for their pitch and getting on, and we got to most importantly get base runners, because if you don't have base runners, you're not gonna get any runs.
Yeah, absolutely.
But looks like number 11 is going for the complete game.
Yeah,
Which,
Ian Howie on the bump still.
Which, I mean, hey, he's throwing a game. Keep him out there. He's feeling it. But like I said, you don't in any sport, man. These Clyde Flyers, they're gritty. They fight.
Oh, absolutely.
It don't matter. You don't put them away and you don't keep it on the throttle. They're prime example. My sophomore year, we almost had Clyde run ruled, and we lost 13-12. We were up 12-4 or something, and Clyde ended up coming back and beating us by 1 run, and we almost had him run ruled. So it don't matter. They're gonna come out and they're gonna play ball.
Yeah, and when you got a team like this, you got to put them away early, because I mean, you got a pitcher like this who's really dealing.
Exactly, and like. That's the
He's
thing with
settled
baseball, a record could be 5-15, not very good. But if you got that one stud that's on the bump, the pitcher gives you a shot to win a game.
1-1 as that one was outside. Kissel doing a nice job there with keeping his good eye on. 1-1 the count. That one outside once again. Gunther Kissel.
Yep. And this is what you want. You're Columbian. You got what you wanted. Top of your order.
I love the work gloves. I just can't get over it. It's just awesome. That went in there for a strike. 2-2 the count.
As a hitter, that's all right. That wasn't your pitch. That's why you get 3 strikes. You're confident. You got to be confident in yourself.
Howie comes set. The 2-2. Kissel smokes that one down the right side, but right to the first baseman, who's there to cover the bag, and puts away Gunther Kissel for the first out. Tornadoes down to their final 2 outs here. Braden Tucker strolls to the plate. Tucker's had an eventful day, playing some shortstop, coming in on the mound.
See if he can get it started here.
That one outside.
Got to get someone on.
One down. Tornadoes trail 5-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. Howie throws it right by him. Swing and a miss by Tucker. Did you see that nasty
That was
slurve?
a good pitch. Yep.
Still outside, but he tried to get that one to go from all the way outside back in.
No, that was a good location.
I mean, he worked that one from the right to the left side of the batter's box on the right side there.
That's what we call off the table. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean? Trying to throw the pitch straight off the table to where basically if it's not a strike, it's almost unhittable. You know what I'm saying?
Tucker does a nice job to foul that one back. 2-2 the count. Got a time called. Now Howie's set. Comes to the plate and a strike 3 called.
Yeah, you got to last inning 2 strikes. You got to be fighting. You can't go down looking there.
Yeah.
You know, that's tough. You got to be swinging away.
And that was right in the wheelhouse. It looked like that was a pretty good pitch.
Yep. You got to be swinging away there.
So Carson Malott steps into the batter's box. The 3-hole hitter facing the heart of the order here for Howie. And he throws it outside. 2 down, 1-0 the count. Tornadoes trailing by 2.
We might have co-players of the game. You know, Howie's thrown a gem, you know. Without him, and it's tough. Those two are making us wonder. You know, pitcher, catcher, those two showed up to play.
That one high. 2-0 the count. Malott doing whatever he can to just get on base here.
Yep, got to.
Swing and a miss. Howie just pulled the string on that one.
He did, and that was a good cut by Malott. I think he might have pulled his head a little bit, but good 2-0 cut there. You know, 2-0, you're looking for your pitch to drive.
And that one right back up to the pitcher. Howie fields it, and they got him at first for the out. That's the end of the ball game. What a play by Howie there.
Wow.
To get the runner at first.
Complete game dub by Howie. What a game on the bump. What a game on the bump for him.
All right, so there you have it. Their final score, Clyde 5, Tiffin Columbian 3. We'll step aside. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with the First National Bank of Sycamore post-game show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We still got to name our MST Sauce Company player of the game. We'll be right back after this. All right, welcome back to the First National Bank of Sycamore postgame show. Nate Mullins, Carter Mullins here, joining you live from the press box here at Tiffin Columbian Field. Your final score, once again, 5-3. Clyde with the win over Tiffin Columbian, handing the Tornadoes their first loss of the season. And in big fashion here. I mean, great I mean, great win from start to finish. Started out with a 3-0 lead. They never trailed. Columbian did a good job trying to come back and clawed their way back, had it within one, but just unable to make that crucial play to close out a couple of innings,
right.
And that's really the tale of this one. I mean, you think about it, a couple of errors here and there, maybe it's a different ball game. But like you said, those keys to the game at the beginning of the game, we talked about that.
Yep.
X-Cray Mexican Restaurant, keys to the game. What do we say? Take care of what you got to take care of, play sound defense, and just get the hits that you need to get. I mean, that's pretty much the tale of the game for the Flyers.
Yeah, they, like I was saying, Clyde, anytime they come to Tiffin, they got a chip on their shoulder. I don't know why, but for some reason it seems like Clyde's got a chip on their shoulder. And if you let them hang around and build some confidence throughout the game, let them think that, they're as good as you or whatever, they're gonna keep going, and that's what I seen. They got the lead, stayed ahead, and kept that fire going. And Howie threw a great game on the mound, was pounding the zone, and they made the plays on defense to get them out of bad situations that they needed to get out of.
Right, absolutely. So big game from Ian Howie, big game from Blake Hershey, but, we got to talk about this. Player of the game, brought to you by MST Sauce Company. So let's talk. I mean, there's a lot of – we talked about it during the post-game break. There's a couple different guys that deserve it. Obviously, Dan Hartzell's one of them.
Yes,
we talked about him. He's in the mentioning.
Always.
In the running. But, I mean, he's in the running every week.
Never put my name with running.
Right.
But, Carter, you and I talked about it, and I think it's a toss-up between two guys. I would say – my vote goes to Blake Hershey. He's responsible for all 4 of the 5 runs today for Clyde. But, I mean, you think about it, 5-3, with his 4 runs, they win the game.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's a great game by Hershey, not just at the plate, but also behind the plate as well. Manning that catcher's spot and calling a great game for his pitcher.
I think so, too. I agree with you. Not only did he have 4 RBIs, he made a tough – I don't remember the exact situation. I know runners were on base, 2 outs. He made a great play in foul territory. And, I know Jaden Myers was a triple shy of the cycle for Columbian, but they didn't come away with the win. So, yeah, I'd have to agree with you. Howie threw a great game. He had a complete game. Wasn't a shutout, but complete game win. But without Hershey, man, without that big stick in there and coming through in the clutch and making it hurt, Clyde doesn't win this game.
Oh, so sweet. It's got to be Hershey for the MST player of the game.
Yep.
Once again, brought to you by MST Sauce Company. Folks, check out MST Sauce Company and visit the website. That's really what I tell everybody, because those of you watching from out of town, you're like, I don't want to go. I can't go to Madison's. We've had people listening or watching from California. We've had people watching from Arizona, and all these people are like, you say Madison Street, and every time you say that word, it's just, I wish I had it. Well, guess what, folks? You can. You can bring Madison Street into your home, courtesy of MST Sauce Company. Hot garlic parm, creamy garlic parm, and the mix between the two, the Griff sauce. All 3 sauces available online, as well as the dry rub. The famous dry rub. I'm telling you, kettle corn and dry rub, thank me later. That's all I got to say. But once again, MST Sauce Company, visit the website, mstpubtiffin.com. You can order all your sauces through there. Also, there's a great way that you can get involved with MST Sauce Company. Just hit up Chase. I mean, he's a great guy to do business with. If you have a business in this area that sells retail and you want to have MST sauce in your store, hit Chase up. He's more than willing. He's trying to expand his reach, not just in Tiffin and Seneca County, but all the surrounding areas as well. Building an empire. That's what it's all about. Love it.
Gotta love it.
So once again, your MST Sauce Company player of the game, Blake Hershey from the Clyde Flyers. Outstanding performance here by Hershey. But, I mean, if you had to, when you really think about it, the beginning of this game, I didn't know how this was going to turn out. I didn't know how, when we were talking about this at the beginning of the game, I said, this is a game that Columbian should expect to win.
Yeah.
You got a 5-0 team versus a 2-4 team. You look at it on paper, you look at records, you look at all the stats, and you say to yourself, well, yeah, this should be this should be a dub. But these Flyers said, no, you can't count that one in the win column.
100%. I think Howie accepted the challenge. He went on the bump, and that first inning, I mean, it's only the first inning. You got to play the whole game, but I think that was the difference between Columbian not getting out of the situation with 2 outs. The runner hits a home run. Then the other side, bases loaded with 1 out. They make a great double play to end the inning, and that's 3-0 when Columbian could have rallied and had a bunch of runs there. But it's a great game overall. I think Columbians they're upset, but these are the ones you learn from, and that's the ones you bounce back and get stronger. It's conference play. Every team, Columbian for the most part, they got a target on their back. Did they go to the regional championship or did they make it to regionals?
They made it to regionals last year.
Made it to regionals. Yeah, I know they didn't win the conference, but hey, they were up there as one of the best teams. You're playing your conference, you're going to get the best look from your opponents.
When you think about it, I mean, they had a bullseye on their back from the beginning of this season, starting out as the number 5 team in Division II in preseason polls. I mean, in this area, that means you're going to get the best shot from everybody. So that's why I think you talk about a team like Clyde coming into tonight with a chip on their shoulder. They probably thought maybe they might have heard me up here saying this is a game that Columbian should have won.
100%.
And all those players said, no, not tonight. That ain't going to happen.
Yep.
Great game by the Flyers. And for the Tornadoes, just put this one behind you. We'll be here on Monday for Tiffin Columbian versus Perkins. But as for now, I think it's going to wrap us up. I mean,
thanks, Nate.
I really appreciate you coming on with me,
yes,
man.
Sir.
Thanks a lot. It's been a pleasure. It's been a blast, and hopefully we could do this a few more times.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right, man. So once again, for Carter Mullins and Greg Kinn down on the sideline, man in the camera, I'm Nate Mullins for Heart of Ohio Sports. You've been listening to the First National Bank of Sycamore post-game show. I want to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors for bringing you this broadcast here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Thanks to MST Sauce Company, First National Bank of Sycamore, Excurre Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Phillips Electric, Rogers Flowers, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., and Bookmeyer Printing. Once again, folks, thanks for tuning in right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.